Sun's up, got a good feeling today. Out here on the South Central Texas clay. Got this pride deep in my soul, watching all the calves grow. Yeah, this Mesquite land feels like home. It's the El Ranch where I want to roam.
Hey everybody, welcome into the El Ranch for a Monday afternoon. Just maxing and relaxing here. And having a little bit of an ixue here. Hey, give me just a second. Just maxing and relaxing here. Let's see. Just a second. Having a little visual issue. Give me just a second. I'll get her straightened out. There we go. Sorry about that. OBS was being bad to me. Let's see. We may need to take that music down just a notch. And possibly OBS being see if we can't take it music down just a notch, and possibly there we go. I think that'll do. So we are back on the 4X flat map. And we're working on our train depot now. Actually, our logistics depot for our train, I think would be a better term. So what we've got is we have our gantry crane installed. And we can actually drop our containers over here on the left of the train. Oh, so we are going to take a look here at what we got going so far. By the way, I'm sorry, but the sky in the game is just off the hook. I love that. So what we need to do first of all is we're going to go ahead and pick up the rest of this gravel and get it out of here. So look at them hogs. Let's go chase the hogs. What do y'all think? Run, piggies. Let me get them. Ah, didn't do no good though. Okay, so we've had our fun with that. So next of all, we need to come over here and see if we can't round up the rest of this gravel and get it loaded up and out of our hair. So what we're going to do today is we're going to drop this other warehouse in here on this side of the tracks, and that way we've actually got a pallet warehouse where we can gather stuff up, deal with it. Had too much gravel in the way. When we complete this section, it will be a fully functional logistics center. You'll be able to move anything from here, soup to nuts, i.e. any of your grains, any of your liquids, again, just pretty much anything you want to do. We're using the transfer silo, which you can see over there to across the tracks. And then we're using the gantry crane for our container stuff. There have been some significant updates to our terraform system. Major of which we no longer have a survey instrument included. There have been some updates to that, which will allow us to have all that functionality without having to wag a surveyor instrument around. The other thing that's pretty cool is they have added a function that will allow us to add a water plane using Terraform now. Haven't played with it much. I was watching Ogsy the other day, and he was doing some stuff with it. Haven't had a chance to work on it for myself, and I will. We'll incorporate that into one of our live streams at some point. I'm pretty positive, actually. And see if we can't that's actually pretty darn cool, though, if you ask me. Because, I mean, I've done water planes before, but to have the ability to do it natively in the game is, quite frankly, I always want to say deal breaker, but that's kind of silly peas thing, so I leave that one alone most of the time. But again, it's a pretty neat little addition to that. Up to and including, you can actually change the water type. So, like if it's a river or a lake, or again, I don't have all of the details on it, but I will rest assured that I will have all the details before I do a show on it. But that's pretty amazing stuff if you get right down to it. We're getting so many cool features. I mean, I know Terraform and the JusThe stuff was around in the last, or were around in the last version of the game, but they're moving forward by quite a bit, leaps and bounds. And again, I think I'm going to actually miss the survey instrument though, because it did offer a little bit of a realism to it that just isn't really available in the rest of the game there. So, you know what? I'm going to pull the truck down there closer where we're working. Probably need to go find another truck and get him started back. Locate that other truck right quick. There it is. Still full too. Definitely have to come back and fix those bumps. I know that. Really got equipment scattered all over the map on this one too. Really need to go in and fix all that gathered up. all of this rock moved is taking some time. Thanks for bearing with me. Yeah, actually, probably there will be some aircraft, but the mechanism to drive those is really difficult in game, and the reason why is that believe it or not, all of the airplanes in FS25 are actually wheeled vehicles. So what happens is when you fly an airplane, a helicopter, whatever the case may be, that actually functions as a wheeled vehicle, and it adds an elevation above the ground to the wheeled vehicle. So short answer is there will be airplanes. There already are airplanes. There are already helicopters. Actually, I have a heliport on this map. I'll walk over. We'll walk over to it because I got to go pick that other gravel truck up anyway over there. So, but that's actually where the aerodrome is here. And what I have on this map are basically construction support helicopters. So I have a Sikorsky or an Ericsson Sky Crane, and I have a Little Bird for surveying and things like that. And I know this part is hella boring, and I'm so sorry for that, but it's got to be done. So, and it's part of the actual build for what we're trying to do here. So, gonna gather this up as much as I can, and then we'll. Yep, there we go. Got a full bucket again. Can't blame them hogs, man. They sure do, and just like real life, they sure do procreate. You start out when you add that DLC, you might see a hog here, a hog there. Ain't no big thing, and then the next thing you know, you're seeing great big bunches of hogs. There's probably 8 or 10 over there now. And sorghum is one of their favorite foods, so of course that's where they're at. It's right in the middle of the sorghum fields. Guess I could pull the truck down a little further, but let's do that. I'm gonna move that truck up a little bit. No sense in carrying that stuff a bucket at a time that far. Oh, RMC trucks are sure nice. Sounds are great on them. There are some, I don't know what's going on with them, because certain trailers that I pull with them, I think what it does is it maxes out the controls up there in the upper left-hand corner. And you can't actually, there are some things that I think you run out of functions with. So it won't allow you to do everything that particular trailer will allow you to do. The one that I ran into that specifically with was the new darn it. I don't think of the name of it now. But a couple of the vehicles won't allow me to, let's say the one particular one I'm thinking about won't allow me to actually put the ramps for the trailer up and down if I have certain functions for the truck installed. Which is a little frustrating, because if you need ramps, you need ramps, you know? Again, don't think it's RMC's fault. I think it's just probably a game limitation. Redneck Modding Crew, by the way. RMC, sorry. I was abbreviating. Because I'm going to guarantee you there are some of the premier builders in the game. I wish I had their ability. I would settle for their ear. They've built these awesome bodies, truck bodies, that work on pretty much anything with a fifth wheel. I really wish that they would do a fire company, engine company bed for those. Especially the new, I think it's that they did the Navistar. That would make a great fire truck in game. Not that there's anything wrong with the British stuff, or the, excuse me, we'll say European stuff, but it just doesn't fit with the US aesthetic when you're doing things. Guys, I think we've actually got all our gravel gathered up. We may actually be able to go do something else now. I think we're going to run back over to the... because this truck's going to have to go back anyway. I'm going to have to go back to the main train yard and unload. We're getting quite a collection of gravel over there, because there's not a gravel sell point on this map. I know a guy though that could probably add one. And probably should add one. Let's put that in there too. I think we're getting ready to go ahead and drop our warehouse in here. I have a theory. We're gonna try it anyway. And get that truck started back to the train yard. Jackknife turn here. Lady Joelle had asked about the aircraft earlier, and we're going to jump over there to that part. Got to get the truck out of the way first. There's one of them. Get that guy there out of the way. The next thing we're going to do is reset our there we go. We'll reset our purchase point there so we can have a clear area for that. But back to what we were talking about. So Lady Joelle had asked about the aircraft. So this is a little bird that has been modified to spray with. Don't really spray with it too much, but one of the things you can do with it is it actually has a winch. So here, I'll show you. We're going to spawn something here. Let's see. Spawn the Scotch pine. Yeah, that'll work. I'll just get one of them. So there's your log there. So you can walk over here to the helicopter and grab the winch rope and come over here, and when it attaches, you can attach it to the winch like that, and then you can come over to the helicopter and you can pick the log up. Auto hover. So once you're there, once you're up, you can actually use your control to winch your log up. Like so. Then you can take it wherever you want it. Of course, you jump back into your propeller if you're not careful. Oopsie. That would have ended badly. Ah, ran out of gas. Needs a bigger gas tank on it for sure. So, but let's go ahead and back away from that pole before we take off. So, if you get it into the auto hover, That ain't what we wanted. Long and short though, you can actually take and when you get it where you want it, you can hit the Y button and drop it. Just like so. They're getting it where you can slide around like you can in a real one, though. It's been an interesting go because some of the helicopter mods in the past have been really bad. It's like that Sikorsky sitting there. It needs some work. I'm gonna get in the XML on it one of these afternoons when I haven't got anything going and see if we can't fix it. What I'd like to do is this little bird is Mr. Chow is the modder on it, and what I'd like to do is take his controls and Frankenstein them over into the Sikorsky. Yep. And Frankenstein them over into the Sikorsky, so we've got a little better controls on the Sikorsky. I don't think that's the way that should work. We'll go ahead. For the size of that dump truck, it doesn't carry a lot. I'm not real sure what's going on with that. So, back to what we were working on. So, what we're looking for is we're looking for a warehouse mod for here. A couple of options that I was thinking about. One of them is... trying to find it here. See, that's just a pallet warehouse there. And I don't think it's an auto load or unload. So let's go to silos and see what's in there. Yeah, that's not one of them I was looking for either. See, and none of these are a full pass-through. If they were a full pass-through, you might be able to set these out and look at it. But again, this is grain, and I already have grain storage. Yeah, see, that's the issue. None of these are a complete pass-through. They're all... Well, see, that would work right here. But again, it's grain, and I don't really care anything about grain. Let's see if we can get an idea of what's in here. What we could store. Yeah, just standard crop. So, yeah, let's go ahead and make that go bye-bye. That'll come in handy somewhere else, but not here. One won't quite do what I want it to do. That one would. So, what I'm thinking about is placing this one over here, like so. But I think I'm going to have to do some leveling first. And I think I'm going to shortcut it rather than use the equipment. That's what we want it to do. Medium. Large. They don't like the large. Well, you know what? The large one would work. Just have to do it this way. use this one, though, it will. Let's check that. It doesn't really matter what we add, we're just testing anyway. Go. So we should be able to go over to the train. Turned around getting out of the train there. So let's see if we can get this to all go where we want it to go. I think the only one we gotta change is this one. This one that changes it. There we go. plan here is to set it up so we can load goods from the warehouse straight onto the train. Let's see if we can do it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do what I'm trying to do, but I'm going to try it anyway. So, let's do here. Okay, let's see what we got. We don't want to do but one pallet. I think I have a forklift yet on this map. Yes, I do. Where's he at? There he is. Start him to cut again already? Wow. Hmm. Well, it looks like somehow or another we've locked it up. There we go, maybe. Tab isn't working. Nothing's working right now. But the game's working. So that means to me that I'm hung in a piece of equipment. And I believe it's this yellow trailer. And this may be a restart situation, folks. Darn it. Yeah, the shadows are really cool. Now, shoot. When I get back in, I gotta delete that trailer. Okay. Let's see what we gotta do here. That's not gonna work. Well, I'm afraid we're going to lose everything when we jump out that we've done today. So tabbing equipment isn't working. Escape is not working to get to the menu. Those functions are no longer working on the remote either. This, just for anybody's reference, this is not a JusThe rail car. This belongs to the other train set. And it works as far as the tracks go, but I guess we're going to get hung up trying to do this. So let's see how much we lose. We're going to lose some, though, I know for a fact. And now, such a shame. Oh, we lost everything. Well, guys, I would not dare make you resuffer through any of that. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't come out too bad. All the gravel's gone. Yeah, we're not too bad. So, I think we're gonna have to do something different on those warehouses anyway. I think they actually are gonna have to be beside the track rather than on the track. And we're gonna have to re-level all that because the level's gone. It's okay. We're good. Let's go find our warehouses again. Sorry about that. Yawnish there a little bit. Really wish I could figure out how to use this one, because it's a lot bigger. Wouldn't have to use as many of them that way. Okay. But really ought to work on auto load for the train cars too. Well, now I know where I saved it. We need to get rid of that flat car before we screw up getting in again. Well, I didn't do it. Oh, shoot. Wrong one. That did it. There we go. We got it that time. Yeah, oh no. About ready to drop a train on my head and get it over with. It is 6:26, and we've got about 4 minutes left for me to get this train back on the track. I don't know how optimistic you are, but I'm not very optimistic. So. It's probably fixing to start raining on top of that, so. I think I got it. Finally. Pull it up just a little, pull it back just a little. Let's do A. That one's back on the track. So I can get this one back on the track. Yeah, that was painful. But it's all back on the track. Hey guys, I have blown an hour and 30 minutes putting trains back on the track and scooping up gravel. all legitimate exercises, but it would be better if I were actually doing some work here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get this switch set. And it's confusing again. You would think that you could flip that, but you can't. There we go. Now we're set. Let's just do this. I think we can get back in there. Bound and determined I'm going to get this train over there to that warehouse. So. And once I get that done, we're going to go ahead and jump on out of here. Tentative plans are Wednesday we'll be back on the Mountain Hill 25 map. We're still in the middle of a construction project there too, working on the pad and building the area for the new house. We also have quite a bit of, that didn't work. We also have quite a bit of timber there that we need to take to the sawmill and have turned into something for sure. Let's get back over here. But we're going to need to get that timber all picked up and turned into something that we cut out for the house. There's the problem right there. Let's see if this is the one that fixes it. Wish you could just click on the light. That would be so much better. This one. It's like they all run, all of them. There we go. Okay. Well, I think we've got all of our issues fixed and only here 5 minutes longer than we intended to be, so I think that's going to wrap it up for today. And on Friday, we will be back on the Judith Plains map and just farming. And ranching. So you guys have a fabulous Tuesday and Wednesday, and hopefully we'll see you back here Wednesday night. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging in. And remember, it's not just a game, it's a tool to teach people where their food comes from.